Hey everybody, how you doing? IntoWeapons back again with you. Got a cool rifle to share with you today. Plan on doing an unboxing and overview video for you. Just picked this rifle up yesterday for my FFL and pretty excited to get it out to the range and do some test functioning with it. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and just do an unboxing video here for you today. What you're looking at is a Century Arms International Centurion 39 milled receiver AK-47. And these have been pretty popular recently, mainly because the price has really been dropping on them, and a couple other big name YouTube channels had recently put out kind of their opinions and reviews on the rifle, but they actually had the tactical version with the polymer handguards and polymer stock. So this particular variant is actually brand new for 2014, which is what I've actually been waiting for, is some wood stock on this, and as you can see, it is absolutely gorgeous. So we'll go into a little bit more of the details here shortly, but what we'll do is we'll just kind of show you what came in the box from Century Arms International. I did order directly from them as I was unable to find the same price that Century Arms International gave me from any online retailer. After going back and looking online today, which is the 8th of January, I'm actually unable to find it in any online retailer except for Century Arms International's website. So I don't know if they haven't just been distributed yet or whatever the case is. I thought J&G Sales had some in inventory, but again, I can't find it on their website anymore. So it did come with the rifle, obviously, and it came with two 30-round Tapco magazines, which I think the plastic handguard one, the variant, came with one if you bought it from an online retailer. So I got two, which was kind of nice. Came with the firearm sticker, which is pretty standard, and the Centurion 39 Sporter Rifle owner's manual, which I'm sure is the same as, in fact I know it is because it's got the black polymer handguards on this particular picture here. So this is just their standard owner's manual for these rifles. These rifles are 100% made in the USA by Century Arms International, so it is a, I guess, as far as I understand, the only milled receiver that's 100% US made, as far as I understand. And we also have the safety lock that came with it. So let's go ahead and move this box out of the way, and we'll take a closer look at the rifle and some of the features that it has. Like I said, I'm very happy with this rifle. It's very cool. It's got a lot of cool features in it, and for the price point, you really can't go wrong. If you're looking for a solid milled receiver AK, jump on it now, because I'm sure the prices on these are going to just skyrocket here soon. But what we have is, again, the Centurion 39. This is the classic brown. As you can see, it's got the wood furniture, the wood stock, the wood handguards instead of the polymer one that a lot of people are familiar with. It is brand new for 2014. In fact, it was just listed on their 2014 product lineup advertisement on their website. If you do a search for the model number, which is RI2169-N for the brown wood version, you'll be able to find a little bit more additional information on that and some of the other variants that they have coming out. They do have a black wood stock that you're able to get, as well as a blonde wood stock, and I have the part numbers for those as well. The black is RI2168-N. The black actually looks really nice. And then the blonde, which is RI2170-N. The blonde looked pretty nice. I was just a little concerned it was too light for my taste, but very, very pretty wood on that as well. So the price on these, I actually purchased it from Century Arms International. Like I said, I wasn't able to find it on any online retailers, at least for the same price that Century Arms International was able to get it for me. But after I ordered it from Century Arms International, had it shipped to my FFL, there wasn't any shipping cost for me there because I ordered directly from Century. After my taxes and background fee, I paid a total of $611.52. And as you can imagine, for a milled receiver, that is pretty superb. The only thing I can really compare it to would be my Arsenal SLR 101S, which is a Bulgarian milled receiver, and those are running close to $1,100. They were as low as $900 at one point, but I think the supply on those are starting to dry out a little bit. So, but that's really the only thing I have it to compare to. So for saving $300 to $400 on a rifle is certainly awesome. And again, being made 100% made in the USA, that's kind of a neat little tagline too, being that there isn't too many AKs out there on that type of format. So it comes with two 30-round mags, like I mentioned. It's made in the USA. It has a serial number on the left-hand side of the receiver, and I'll just give you if you can hopefully see that. I don't know if the light's going to actually pick it up or not, but it has some markings on the left-hand side of the receiver there. It has a Made in USA with a USA stamp. It's got the make and model and the caliber on there. There isn't any other markings on this rifle on any of the parts or pieces that I could find. So none of the other parts have serial numbers that match. They don't have any markings on the barrel. I took this thing completely apart and I really couldn't find anything, which was kind of unusual. So you really wouldn't be able to tell if someone swapped out your bolt carrier, your bolt, or I guess your you know, your handguard or something like that. You'd really never be able to tell the difference because, again, they're not numbered. It is a milled receiver from 11-pound block of 4140 ordnance quality steel, which a lot of people really like. In this particular variant, the new ones for 2014 with the wood stocks and the wood handguards do have a chrome line barrel compared to the older production models with the polymer handguards and polymer stocks. They do not have a chrome line barrel. So if you are interested in getting a chrome line barrel, make sure that you get a new production Centurion 39. I do not know if the new production with the polymer handguards will have a chrome line barrel. I guess just be very careful when you're looking at the description of the rifle that you either verify that or call the retailer to verify, as I am not familiar if the new production polymer handguard variants will have that chrome line barrel. It does have the high quality wood furniture, and I did already kind of go over the different model numbers for the black, the brown, and the blonde, but this wood is just absolutely gorgeous, guys. I'll give you kind of another close-up on it here, but the wood grain is superb. The finish on it is awesome. There isn't any scratches or dings or anything like that. Just overall, real quality stock set and handguard set for this milled receiver. So really, really happy with the look of it. I imagine a Bakelite magazine is just going to look superb in this. In fact, why not just pull one out and plug one in and see what it looks like here, guys. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. You know, it definitely brings the authentic look to it, but we'll have to see what other kind of mags I can get for this thing. I personally don't like Tapco mags that much, so I'll probably end up getting maybe something else that I can work with this. Maybe another Bakelite or something, because that did look pretty nice. It has a stock length of pull of 9 inches. I was able to measure it from here to here. It's 9 inches, which I guess the polymer one is 14 inches. So you have a little bit shorter of a buttstock on this one, which it feels comfortable for me, especially since I live in colder weather. I wear a lot of jackets and a lot of layers, so having a shorter buttstock is just a little bit more comfortable for me, at least in cold weather shooting. In hot weather, you can always just put a butt pad on here to extend it out if that's something you need. The fully adjustable rear sight is kind of an interesting feature with this. It doesn't actually have an adjustment here on the front, as you can see, a pin that you can push your front post left and right. Everything is done on the rear sight here, which is really neat. You got obviously your elevation, which is pretty standard, but then you also have your windage. And unfortunately, I did not read the directions as to how that works or the adjustments work, but it does fully adjust for windage and elevation on that rear sight system. So that's kind of a neat feature. You don't see too many AKs with that on there. Definitely makes it a lot easier when you're trying to sight in a rifle, not having to screw with that front sight post. I really dislike having to do that with all my other AKs, so that's a neat feature. It's got a 16.5-inch barrel with a 1 in 10 inch twist, an overall length of 36 inches. The weight on this is a hefty 8.1 pounds. It does have a Tapco G2 trigger group in here, and I did test it. It pulls at 5 pounds. Some people had measured theirs at 5.5. Some had measured theirs at 6. Mine is a consistent 5, which is nice. It does have the Ergo pistol grip on there. I've heard a lot of people trying to switch these out with the Polish wood handles, and that looks really phenomenal as well, and I might even look into doing something like that. They're a little bit more expensive and harder to find, but the look and the aesthetics of the rifle really are greatly improved when you have a nicer looking handle on there. Or grip, I should say. It does have a front sling loop on the gas block in the front here, which, you know, I'm glad to see that. That's real nice to be able to have that sling attachment there. What else do we got? We got removable Century Arms International proprietary chevron muzzle brake, and it's got the standard 14 by 1 left-hand twist on there, but it is removable. It's got a you know, a detent spring there in the front, and that chevron brake is very interesting. I've never seen a brake that looks quite like that, to tell you the truth. It's just got a really interesting, neat design to it, and I think it looks pretty cool. We'll have to definitely see how it adds up with recoil reduction and muzzle climb reduction. But from what I've seen on some of the test YouTube videos, it really it does perform pretty well. So. The fit and finish is very good. There are some tooling markings that I was able to find inside these lightning cuts on the milled receiver. That's not abnormal, I guess. They don't put a whole lot of attention into, you know, making that look pretty. With the Duracoat or whatever they have painted on here, You really can't make it out the tooling marks in here unless you get really close to it. I really wasn't able to find any other tooling marks on the rifle itself anywhere else. So very minimal. The fit and finish, or the finish is very good. The fit is very good as well. I don't have really any rattling per se that I can hear. I got a little bit of a wiggle up here in the lower handguard. Just looks like it maybe is just a little bit shorter than it needs to be, but sometimes that's unavoidable. So overall, very good fit and finish. The one thing I did want to mention is that if you notice here, and I don't know how well the camera is going to pick up the color differences, but the dust cover doesn't really match the shade of the rifle, so and nor does the safety selector. These two parts here, my guess is, are not new production. They're not made for this rifle. My guess would be that they are from a parts kit. And I don't know that 100%, and there's probably no way to verify that, but again, my guess is the safety selector and the dust cover are probably from parts kits. They're probably foreign made, but again, I'm not going to be able to confirm that at all. I've heard a lot of people switching out the dust cover with a Wasser dust cover, and that looks better, and it supposedly fits okay. So they might, I might try that. I might try switching out the safety selector with an enhanced one if I can. But again, I might just keep it in its original state. The rifle looks good. There's nothing that I really would complain about on that. And then the other last thing I wanted to mention was that it does have an unusual type of cut within the bolt carrier that I've never seen before. We'll just do a quick kind of disassembly for you guys here. There goes the dust cover, recoil spring. Put the safety down, we'll pull the bolt carrier back. We can remove our bolt, and as you see here, that bolt carrier actually has what almost looks like porting cut right through it, and I've never seen that before. My guess would be that it's for lightening up the bolt carrier, which potentially could reduce recoil. I don't really know. Maybe they have a small gas port in here and needed to make this lighter so it would cycle properly. I really don't know, but that's an interesting feature I've never seen before. Really don't know what to make of it, if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It's thick enough where I don't think this will bend or break or anything like that, but it's definitely a new feature that I've never seen before. So that's about it, guys. Overall, again, really happy with the rifle. I obviously needed to get to the range to do some function testing to make sure that it works, but for the price point, if this thing works, is a steal. And I would highly recommend grabbing one now before either the supply runs dry and or the price just goes skyrocketing up, because the demand for these is going to go through the roof once people realize that these brown wood versions have, one, a chrome line barrel, which the older versions did not, and two, they have the wood, which a lot of people prefer over the tactical look of the original Century 39 tactical version. So my guess is these are, again, going to dry up pretty quickly here, probably in February, March, once it becomes a little bit more readily available through online retailers and people become more familiar with them. So hope this helps you guys out. I look forward to taking out to the range and do some function testing. I'll probably actually end up doing that tonight when I make my range trip with the buck mark, so that should be coming out pretty soon. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, as always, I appreciate you watching, and until next time, take it easy.